If you've ever created a preset for yourself or for others, you might have done this mistake. And it's this one, creating the preset and then putting it up right here. Now, the reason why this is a mistake, it's these. Let me just switch this to portrait mode. If you want your presets to be dynamic, you'll see how everything is changed right now in the resolution, the way that they show up, the canvas, basically. It just got distorted. If you take a look at this one, then this one is a lot better, and then you can just adjust these more easily. Not that one, right here, more easily in the settings tab, and then use these on any type of formatting that you're using. So let me show you how we're gonna do to fix these. If you're new here, my name is Kev, and I've made over 500 DaVinci Resolve tutorials so far. And I've also developed some of the best tools for DaVinci Resolve. If you want to check them out, check out the SUALVI Bundle that I just released, and you can also get a free desk mat when you get that bundle. Let's start with the video. We're gonna do this here in the creator elements. Now, the first thing you want to do is make sure you're on a horizontal timeline, just because it's easier to go from horizontal to vertical than to go from vertical to horizontal. So we're gonna open the effect in Fusion. And there's a few things we're gonna do. When I built these a few years ago, I was not as smart, or maybe I was just not as aware of how things should have been built. Now, the first thing we can see, this is a bit of a complex Fusion group right here, because we have all these different icons right here, which maybe I should update in the future. But if you end up getting this toolkit because you like it, then you can just go ahead and replace these with whatever image you have right here, and then that will replace the logo. But that's not what this video is about. So we have this group right here. I'm gonna rename these to get rid of that one. The first thing we want to do is add another background note right here at the end. And I'm gonna set that background note to transparent, and I'm gonna make sure that this one is kept with the auto resolution on. That means that if we switch to a vertical timeline, this will automatically adapt. Now we can also get rid of this media out, because we don't have to do that, because by default another one is created right here. And if you leave that there, sometimes that can cause issues, and it just gets a little bit bugged out in the edit page. It will show that media out or error right here that shows up sometimes. Right, now the next thing you want to do is we're gonna have to bring everything to the center, and we're gonna also check first the image right here, and make sure to uncheck this auto resolution on all the elements that have these checked. Most of the times those will be the text elements, background elements, like this one for example. Sometimes also the mask elements would have that. So you just go to image, output size, custom, and then uncheck that. And basically you have to do that for your whole preset. Now in this case, there's this thing right here that we want to keep at 1080 by 1080. And when I built this, I already left that at or unchecked. If I left that checked, we'll get this huge canvas, and it will just mess things up because of the way that we want this, or we wanted this to show up in that little square. Okay. Now that we have everything, we can bring everything to the center, and we're gonna do that by using these transform nodes. Gotta keep in mind that I built these, I think, in 2023. So yeah, I just didn't know any better, I guess. But we're gonna have to move these, this one right here, and we're gonna move this other one a little bit to the bottom. Maybe you can move this a little bit lower. Okay. We have this animation, and everything works as it should right now. Now, after you've done that whole process of unchecking all these images, and ideally I left these, if this was in the past, I would have probably done that 1920 by 1080, but I think if we just keep these at 4K, it's a little bit easier, because then if you end up working on a 4K timeline, it looks better than if you had to make the size bigger on from 1920 to 1080p. But if that was the case and you've already had all those right there, you can actually just add a resize node right here, and then it resizes everything to whatever size you have right here. But we already have these background node right here for the automatic resolution adaptation. So let me show you how it works now. If we were to use this on a vertical timeline, let's just put these 1080 by 1920. I press 2 right here. We can see that now we have our element right here exactly where it is in the center right here. And that means that if you want, you can add a transform right here in Fusion if you like to add stuff or extra stuff in Fusion, and then modify these from here like that. Or I'm gonna set this auto resolution check again. Or if you go to the edit page now, and then your timeline is a vertical timeline, that will still be in the center, and then you can use the settings transforms right here, and then put these whatever you want it to be without it getting distorted like it was getting at the beginning. So yeah, this video is for those of you that ever thought of creating your own presets. So I hope it's helpful for you all. If it was, let me know down in the comments, and maybe drop a like, and make sure to check out all the SUALVI tools that I built to save you time when you are editing YouTube videos, Reels, and all your client projects. Because if you want to save time, you have to invest in tools that will do exactly that. Now, the next thing I have to do is try to look into this one, because we can see that we have that same issue for these ones, which are these subscribe bars that can pop up on your YouTube videos, and then that you can modify and put your logo right here and modify the text. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll continue to work on these and update these as soon as I can. In the meantime, make sure to check out the all-out bundle that you can get from the SUALVI store, and if you get it, you can get a free SUALVI desk mat delivered for free worldwide as well. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.